Welcome to my next video, and today I would like to talk about art books that I would like to read in 2019. So last year I did a similar video where I listed 7 books that I wanted to read in 2018, and I was more or less successful in achieving my goal. And also I would like to explain that this list only includes art books that I read for pleasure in my sort of free time on a weekend, that are kind of easy reads, and as well as novels that are related to projects I'm doing, or are related to art world in a certain way. Altogether I managed to read 19 books last year, but that includes also non-art related books, novels and non-fictional books. So this year I've got a list of 5 art books I would like to read in 2019, and I will start with books that I physically have a copy of with me, and I've been sort of buying them throughout 2018, or somebody has given them to me. I try to be quite disciplined and not to buy too many books, as I prefer to borrow them or read them on my Kindle or listen to on Audible. So the first book on my list is this one, about the life of Frida Kahlo. I went to see the exhibition at the V&A last year, exhibition of belongings of Frida Kahlo. I've learned so much about the life and struggle of Frida Kahlo, got absolutely fascinated by her creativity and her perseverance. So when I left the exhibition and went to the shop at the V&A, there were several books. There was actually quite a big shop of merchandise outside of the exhibition. At the back of the book it says, when several notebooks were recently discovered among Frida Kahlo's belongings at her home in Mexico City, acclaimed Mexican novelist Hagenbeck was inspired to write this beautiful fictional account of her life. Hagenbeck imagines that after Frida nearly died during a traffic accident, she received one of the notebooks as a gift from her lover Tina Modotti. Frida called the notebook the Secret Herb Book and filled it with memories, ideas and recipes. Hagenbeck takes readers on a magical ride through Frida's passionate life, her long and tumultuous relationship with Diego Rivera, the development of her art, her complex personality, her hunger for experience, and her ardent feminism. Hagenbeck tells the extraordinary story of a woman whose life was as stunning as creation of her art. I'm really looking forward to it. And the next book on my list I bought during my trip to Poland, my recent trip to Poland, that I actually recently posted a video about, and it's another biography. It's a biography of another woman as well, of a curator called Anna Rotenberg. The book is in Polish. I don't know if or when it's going to be translated to English, but I really wanted to include it in my list, as I think that the curator Anna Rotenberg is such an important figure in the art world, not only Polish art world, but art world in general. She has been around for many years. Rotenberg was the director of one of the most important Polish galleries called Zachęta, and she curated many important exhibitions. She also writes a lot, and that includes a book called Art in Poland between 1945 until 2005, and also an autobiographical book called You Are Welcome. So this book is a new release, it's a diary, and it only covers 1 year of her life that she spent in Berlin during a residency, but I'm sure it's going to be very interesting insight into a cultural life of Berlin as well as Poland. She's sort of this model to follow. I would like to learn from her personal story and find out more about how she thinks and what she thinks about too. I would like to basically get inspired through this book. So the next book I would like to read is related to my job at Icon Gallery, and the book is called The Aerodrome. by Rex Warner. It's actually not a very long novel. It's a dystopian novel about the future, and the reason why I'm reading it in relation to my work at Icon is because in the summer, in June, we are going to have a group exhibition dedicated to the memory of Icon's former curator, Michael Stanley, who tragically died in 2012, and this exhibition is going to be dedicated to his work as a curator. The reason why the book is so important for this exhibition is because actually Mike Stanley really loved this novel, and we thought it would be a really thoughtful starting point for an exhibition that is dedicated to his work. I don't have a copy of the next book, so I'm just going to place a photo of it on the screen, but it's a biography, a memoir of a British artist, Così fan Tootie, who is an artist but also a musician. The book has been recommended to me by a friend who is really into his music. I will read you a fragment of a review from the Sunday Times. A remarkable autobiography. One of art, sex, music's most compelling elements is the clash between the everyday and the extreme. A surprisingly rounded human portrait. It is difficult, provocative material, but Tootie's clarity and conviction cuts through. So, the last on my list is a book related to life of another woman artist, Barbara Hepworth. It's a book published by Tate, so I saw that book during my recent trip to Cornwall when I visited Barbara Hepworth's studio, which is a museum. So I went to visit the museum, which is a wonderful, wonderful place, and I'm going to be publishing a video about that very soon as well. Yes, of course, as in every museum, there is a book display, books for sale, and it's a book called Barbara Hepworth Writings and Conversations. It's quite a unique collection of writings and conversations of the artist. Alongside her writings, there are also transcripts of her lectures and speeches, as well as interviews, conversations, even broadcasts of radio conversations and TV broadcasts. It's a really interesting book for people that are interested in Barbara Hepworth, in the School of St. Ives, in British sculpture, British art in general. And one of the reviews says this. Barbara Hepworth Writings and Conversation is a witty and satisfying read. The book is full of small, brilliant revelations. On a larger scale, the collection prompts a rethink of any cliches to which we might have settled over the years about Hepworth and her work. That's it for the 2019 art book reading list. As you can tell, it's very much dominated by powerful women artists and by their biographies and memoirs. So maybe the reason for that is that I would like to get inspired by those successful women and immerse myself a little bit into their lives. So yeah, hopefully this video will inspire you as well to read more books, art books. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If so, please like it down below, and please subscribe to my channel, as it will help me out a lot, and hopefully see you in the next video.